a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Mull was a stand, rum on the port, Eck on the starboard bow. Glory of youth glowed in his soul. Where is that glory now? Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Give me again all that.
Hello, lads, lassies, and weans. My name is Angus MacHaggis. I hail from the humble town of Shagmahog in the bonny Highlands of Scotland. Now sit down, have a wee dram, and I'ma tell you a tale of trickery, betrayal, and revenge. You hear it all started with the clan chief of MacHaggis. He married a woman, a beautiful woman, auburn locks down to her back, and she bore him 2 sons, Smooth Angus and Wee Davy. But sadly, she was taken too soon for her time by the plague, and so the clan chief was left distraught and alone, save for his 2 wee boys. There was trickery to be had in the air. A woman, a vile witch, sunk her claws into the chief MacHaggis. She married him and bore him 2 sons. No one cares what they're called. And this vile woman, she had treachery on her mind. You see, she wanted everything the chief of MacHaggis had. She wanted it all. But there was a problem. The chief was not yet dead. And even if he were to die, his sons, Smooth Angus and Wee Davy, would inherit everything. And so she formed a plot, a wicked plot, one so heinous in nature and deplorable that it would make even the strongest Scottish man's blood run cold. Disgusting. And so the vile woman made an alliance with a neighbouring clan, the McNobs. And she devised a wicked plot. It was simple, yet effective. One day, when the MacHaggises were all out hunting, she left the door unlocked to their house. And they robbed the place. They took the food. They took the treasure. But above all, they took the whiskey. And the chief of the clan MacHaggis, he flew into a rage once he found out, and he vowed revenge upon the McNobs. However, he was an old man now. He couldn't fight the way he used to. And the vile woman said this. She said to him, "If you go to exact revenge, you will die." And he listened to her, poor man as he was. And so she came up with an idea. She said, as tradition dictates, if you are unable to settle the issue, then your eldest sons must go in your place. And the chief agreed. And so it was up to Smooth Angus and Wee Davy to settle the score, the vile woman wagering that they would die trying. And so they took a boat across the loch from their house. And at the other side of the loch was a magnificent hill. And they took this boat and dragged it to the top of the hill and dragged it back down to the McNob loch. and rode it to their house, a tiny spit of land in the middle of the loch. And so Smooth Angus and Wee Davy, they march up to the McNob door and knock 3 times. A voice comes from within. It is the chief of the clan McNob. "Who goes there?" he says. Without hesitation, Smooth Angus replies, "Who would you least like it to be?" And the chief of the clan McNob, he says, "Why, Smooth Angus and his wee brother Davy, of course." And without hesitation, Smooth Angus and Wee Davy pull out their swords and kick down the door and kill everyone inside. The McNobs are far too intoxicated on the McWhisky to be able to fight back. They cut down all the men. And not just the lads, but the lassies and the wee uns. And then they took up all their food, reclaimed their treasure and the whiskey and loaded it into the boat, rowing back across the loch, pulling the massive load up the hill and then sliding it back down the hill, crossing their own loch and knocking on the door. A voice comes from within. "Who goes there?" It is the vile woman. "Gun ye, gal," speaks Smooth Angus. For those of you who are not familiar with the Celtic dialect, it means "fear not." And so she opens the door, surprised to see Smooth Angus and Wee Davy standing before her. But that was no the end of it. Smooth Angus, he throws a burlap sack at her feet and rolls it down a passageway. It contains the heads of the McNob clan. They had returned victorious. So anyway, that's why I need to leave the country for a while.